Good morning everyone, how are you today? It is Jane here. It is Saturday here in Australia, and I hope wherever you are in the world and you're coming to watch this that you are going okay. It's been a few weeks, I think, or a couple of weeks since I've posted a video, and there's been a lot going on with my little family. So first of all, my son graduated from high school, so that was really exciting. But in that same week, my mother-in-law passed away, which was very unexpected. So that kind of threw things out a bit. And then we have family staying with us and, you know, just trying to get her affairs in order and things like that. So, and then I've had a birthday as well. So unfortunately, my mother-in-law passed away the day before my birthday, so it didn't really feel right to celebrate as such. It just felt a bit weird, I guess. So, but I did get a birthday pen from my husband and kids, one that I'd picked out from Just Turnings. And so I'll show you that in the video and what I've got it inked up with as well. I'm sorry if my voice goes in and out. I'm not feeling 100% either. So should be able to get through the video okay though. So if the sound's a bit funny or if I'm going in and out, that could be why. So first of all, we'll get stuck into it. Now, some of these, or a lot of these are carryovers from last month, and then I've added some new pen and ink pairings, and some of the pens have been washed out and inked up with a different ink. So I can't really remember what's. I've just pulled all the ones out that I think have got ink in them, and that's what I'm doing today. The first one we have here though is the beautiful Just Turnings. It's called Oil Slick, the material, but I call it my matte rainbow pen. It has a matte finish. It's a beautiful pen, and I think last month I actually did a video on this, but pen friend Tina sent me an oblique nib and I decided to put it on this pen. So this is the first one, and I have it, it's still linked up from last month. Now this does take a little getting used to. Tina did mention that, and I find I have to hold my pen a certain way, but I really, really enjoy the experience of writing with it. It's been a lot of fun. So this is the Just Turnings. I find I have to slow my writing down to write with it, if that makes sense. So this is a Just Turnings. It is the matte rainbow. It has a oblique nib on it. Thank you, pen friend Tina. Oblique nib, and it is inked with a sample that she sent as well from the wet pen. It almost looks like it's feathering there, like the paper. I think it's because I've actually stamped on the other side of the paper. That's interesting. And it's called Gas Works Park. Now this is a green ink, and it sort of has this lovely sheen about it as well. But see where it's sort of feathering there? It's because I've got stamping on the other side. I was wondering what was going on there. It looks completely different. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You get the idea, right? I'm not going to stop and start just for that. Now this is the birthday pen. It is beautiful. It is called Alaskan Sunrise. I got it in a matte finish. You can see little bits of like clear through here, through the resin, which I really love. I love its bright colours. A few of us in the SEQ Journal Keepers group, Southeast Queensland Journal Keepers group, have got this pen now. So it's and I've admired other people. So this is my birthday pen from my husband and family, and I have put a shimmer ink in it, so I'm just going to roll it gently just to try and get those shimmer particles moving. So I actually got this with a double broad nib, and it's my first double broad nib ever. So, and it's a very juicy nib as well. This would be a great pen to do headings, or sorry, the great nib to do headings and things like that in your books. Just Turnings, it is the matte Alaskan Sunrise. You all know that matte finishes on pens are my favourite. It has a double broad nib on it, and it is inked with Diamine Shimmertastic Pink Champagne. So this is like a lovely corally kind of coloured ink with a gold shimmer through it. It's very pretty. So the next one we have here is another Just Turnings pen. It is a custom copper line. It has been fitted with my Platinum 3776 nib. It's a beautiful little rose gold nib. And oops, I can't quite see my lines there because of the stamping. So Just Turnings. The other thing I've tried to do this month is use a lot of my samples that I've been given. I think it was Simona from Simone. She actually did a project ink down, or I think she might still be doing it, and I've got another friend doing it as well. So this is a custom copper line with the Platinum 3776 14 karat medium nib, and it is inked with, and I've got to remember what I've got it inked with. That's right, Birmingham Pen Company. It was a sample from Darla, I believe, distressed leather. Such a gorgeous colour, and it really suits the caramel hues in this pen. And the next one we've got is the Just Turnings deluxe model, and then he calls it the deluxe because it has the little gold bands and it actually has a clip here. So this one is in blue abalone. It is a beautiful pen, very, very pretty. It also has a shimmer ink in it, so this is what I do just to move the shimmer around in the fill before I write with it. I really, really like this sample. It's very, very pretty. So this is the Just Turnings Deluxe. It's in the blue abalone. It has a medium nib on it, and it is inked with Birmingham Pen Company Dragonfly Twinkle. This was also a sample from Pen Friend Dala. It's such a pretty ink. It's almost like a teal blue, and it's got that shimmer through it, and almost a little bit of a red sheen as well, which makes it a bit special. So the next one we have here is the Leonardo Memento Zero Grande in Planetary Nebula. It has a medium nib. I also have a shimmer ink in this one. So this one is actually the samples from Pen Friend Priscilla, I believe. Love this colour ink that Priscilla mixed herself. So this is the Leonardo. I'm just going to put MZG 2.0 Planetary Nebula with a medium nib, and it is inked with Priscilla's mix. That she called the Birmingham Pen Company Olive Sparkle. It's a gorgeous sort of olivey, khaki kind of colour, sort of not quite a brown, not quite a green, and then it has this silver shimmer through it. It's very, very nice. The next one I've got here is another Leonardo. This one is a carryover from last month. It is the Leonardo Memento Zero in Angel Skin with rose gold trim. It has a fine nib. And this ink has, it's also a sample. Been very impressed with this pen and ink pairing. So Leonardo Memento Zero Angel Skin with a fine nib and inked with Birmingham Pen Company, and this one is called Ceramic Kiln. Which pairs beautifully with the resin in this pen too, just with those little bit darker bits of resin. It looks a lot like the ink. So that's the next one. Now this one I had inked up with Lennon Toolbar Twilight last month, and I enjoyed the pairing so much that when I wrote it dry, I've actually inked it up again with the same ink. So this was a sample from Pen Friend Rob. He sent me 4 of his favourite Lennon Toolbar inks. So this is a Pilot, Vanishing Point. This is in the black and gold. Has an 18 carat fine nib and inked with Toolbar Twilight. It's a really lovely ink. It's sort of, it's a grey colour, but it's like a really deep, almost black charcoal sort of grey colour, but then it seems in some lights it looks almost, has a little bit of a blue undertone to it. It's very nice. I really, really like it, and it flows very well. So the next one we've got is a Pilot Decimo. This was a carryover from last month as well. I've tried to keep it simple this month for myself. I mean, obviously I've got a lot of pens inked up, but I just sort of, some of the pen and ink pairings I just enjoyed a lot, so I just re-inked them. And a lot of the pens are still, you know, had enough ink in them to use for this month as well. So I'm just going to keep writing until the fill finishes in them. Haven't really felt like doing a lot with them, if that makes sense. Pilot Decimo, this one is in Champagne Pink. Has an 18 karat medium nib. Inked with, I love this pairing as well, inked with Pilot, what is that there? Pilot Oroshizuku Yamaburo. This is my first bottle of ink I got, guys. I absolutely loved it. So that's the next one. Now we've got this little Pilot E95S. This is a new one being inked up. I have inked it with, it's a very standard ink, but it is an ink that I've had on my wish list for quite a long time. So I decided to get myself a little small 30ml bottle. This is a very, very nice little pocket pen. I love this one, and it writes so well. So this is the Pilot E95S. It has a 14 karat medium nib, and it is inked with Diamine Wild Strawberry. I've literally had probably 2 or 3 samples of this already over the years, and every time I've gone to buy it, it's been out of stock. So I finally got a small bottle of it. Now for those of you, this has got like a little hooded nib on it. I hope you can see that. Oops, come back a bit. For those of you who are wanting to try a gold nib pen, this is possibly one of the most reasonably priced gold nib pens you can buy. And as you said, you can just cap it. I mean, on its own, it's a very small pen. You could write with it if you've got very small hands, but you cap it and it extends into a full-size pen. And it's just a pull off, push on, and it doesn't seem to dry out. Like the nib doesn't dry out either. So if you're in the market for a gold nib pen and wanting to try gold nibs, I highly recommend this one. Now, next one we've got is a new pairing for this month. It's the Lamy Safari and Cozy Cream, and I have it inked with a sample. I'm really, really loving this one. So this is the Lamy Safari in Cozy Cream. It has a broad nib on it and is inked with Lennon Toolbar, Sunset Glow. Now this was one of Pen Friend Rob's favourites that he shared with me, and I can understand why he likes it. It shades, it's a yellow ink, but it is very legible and flows beautifully. Really nice. The next one I've got here is my Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest, and I wrote it dry last month. I think last month it had Teranashi Emotional Olive in it. This month I've put another ink sample that I got from a pen friend. So this one has a broad nib on it. So Esterbrook Esty Rainforest with a broad nib and inked with Troublemaker, Hanging Rice. Now this was a sample from pen friend Tanya. I really love this green ink. It's a beautiful, beautiful colour, green colour. Now this one was a carryover from last month. It's the Opus 88 Coloro. I've got it inked with a sample from another pen friend. So, Opus 88 Coloro in the pink and white. It has a medium nib on it. This pen holds a lot of ink, which is why it's being carried over. Inked with Diamine, Cashmere Rose, which was a sample from pen friend Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Now we've got the Bennu Euphoria. I'll just have to move my little sheet over, won't I? Just make sure I'm still in frame. I don't know if I'm going to get them all on. I'm probably going to have to go over the page again. So sorry, I've got a lot inked up. Okay, so next one we've got here is the Bennu Euphoria in the Gold Coast. This was an exclusive with Atlas Stationers. I believe they no longer sell it. So Bennu Euphoria. It is Gold Coast. Has a medium nib and is inked with Diamine or Diamine Marine, which is a lovely blue. Very summery sort of spring colour. And for those of you who aren't aware, because some people aren't, we live here in the southern hemisphere, so we actually have the opposite seasons to the northern hemisphere. So while the northern hemisphere is moving into fall, we are actually in spring here in Australia. So the next pen we've got here is the Bennu Euphoria, and it's Earl Grey Tea. This was a collaboration with Goulet Pens. So Earl Grey Tea. It has a medium nib. I think they're a Schmidt nib. Inked with Birmingham Pen Company, Butcher's Broom. Oops. Butcher's Broom. Which is a really nice red. A little bit macabre, Butcher's Broom, like the colour, but a really lovely red. Now the next one we've got here is the Visconti Rembrandt. This is with another sample. Now this Butcher's Broom, I believe that was from pen friend Priscilla, a sample from her. So this is Visconti Rembrandt. I really, really love this purple. It's in the white. It has a medium nib and is inked with Birmingham Pen Company. I'm just writing BPC now rather than writing the whole thing out. Blackberry. Oh, sorry, no, it's not Birmingham Pen Company. It is the Wet Pen. this was a sample from Penfrentina. So the wet pen, and it's blackberry. I like that purple. That's a really nice berry coloured purple. Now the next one we've got is another Visconti. It's a Visconti Van Gogh, the novel reader. Have another sample in this one as well. Visconti Van Gogh, the novel reader. Has a medium nib and is inked with Lennon Toolbar, Bird Monster. And this was also a ink sample from Penfrentina. So it's a much softer green, but still very, very pretty. Now, what direction am I taking next? Okay, so we'll do this one. Now, this is a pen from my Penifactor. It's the Noodler's Conrad. I've got a shimmer ink in it. And so far it's held up pretty well. It hasn't dried out, but we'll see what it's... I haven't written with it for a couple of days. So it has a bit of an ink window as well here. So let's see if it writes okay. Oh no, seems to be writing okay. So Noodler's Conrad. It's in the blue and white. It has a flex nib, but it's a steel flex and it's not very flexy. And it is inked with a sample that I've had for years. Troublemaker. Butterfly Dream. It's really lovely. It's got a green base but with a blue shimmer through it. Very, very pretty. When these, at the end, I'll show you close-ups of all of these so you can get a better idea of what they look like. Next we've got, this is another one from my Penifactor. This is the Monteverde Strata. I won't cap it. So Monteverde Strata in turquoise. It has a fine nib and it is inked with a sample from Penfrentina, and it is the Kobe number 26, and it's the Watamasaka blue. So that's that. Now this is the third pen that I've actually got inked up from my Penifactor. It's the TWSBI Classic. This is my first experience writing with a TWSBI Classic, and I quite like the TWSBI pens. So this one is in the sapphire finish. I'm just trying to think. I can't remember, it was a fine. Yeah, it's just a fine. Feels like an extra fine, but it's a fine. So TWSBI Classic. It's in the sapphire. It writes very well. Sapphire with a fine nib, and is inked with... Now Lau has helped me with this pronunciation. So it's Tasha. So I was saying Tasia before, but it's Tasha, and it's called Ruri. And that was an example from Pen Friend Tanya as well. Now, the next one we've got here, I'm trying to remember what I had it inked with. I had it inked up last month. Oh no, I remember now. Yep, got it. So, I'll just go here. I'm enjoying this ink sample as well. So this is the Lamy LX Marron. Has a medium nib and it is inked with Laban Aphrodite. I really, really love this ink. It's not pink, it's not red, it's not brown. It is somewhere in between all those colours. Beautiful. And next we've got this one. So this is a carryover from last month, the Twisby Diamond 580 in Smoke Rose Gold. So Twisby Diamond 580 in Smoke Rose Gold. It has a medium nib and is inked with Ablations and Sitka Spruce is the name of the ink. And that was a gift from Pen Friend Darla as well. So that's that one. Next we have, this is another carryover from last month. This is the Twisby Diamond 580. This has got another Ablations sample in it from Pen Friend Darla. I really like this colour as well. This is a medium nib as well, but it writes so much narrower than its one above, and always has. So this is in the white rose gold finish. I'm not sure why. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's writing like a fine, but I've checked the nib and it's actually a medium, so go figure. So inked with Ablations Olive. Really, really enjoying this colour. Very similar to the Teranashi Emotional Olive. Now the next one is a new ink for me this month. It's also using a sample from Pen Friend Darla. So this is the Twisby Diamond 580. So Twisby Diamond 580 in pink. It has a broad nib on it and is inked with Ablations Rose City Rose. And I can see that this ink is going to shade well in this broad nib and on paper. So the next one we've got here is the Lamy All Star in Petrol. Oh, and make sure you stay to the end too, people, because I've got my normal giveaway envelope, my 2 envelopes to give away and do that. So please make sure you stay until the end so you can see what code word you need to put in the description box below to claim them. So this one is the Lamy All Star in Petrol. It has a medium nib and it is inked with Ablations Portland Rain. I really like this one as well. Another sample from Penfriend Dulla. So beautiful, love that. And finally, we've got this Jayne X750 in Shimmering Sands. And I've got a shimmer ink in this one. Believe this is a sample from Penfriend Tanya from a while back. So, Jayne X750. It's in the Shimmering Sands. With a medium nib, and it is inked with Ferris Wheel Press, Stroke of Midnight. So this one, to me, it almost looks like a bluey black colour, and it has shimmer through it. Very nice. And I have got 4 more pens here, but I don't think I'll write them up. So these are my little Quaco Sports. I tend to sort of carry these around the house with me. So this one has got a fine nib on it, and it is inked with Lennon Toolbar Firmament. This one is the Macchiato, and I've got it inked with a Quaco caramel cartridge. This one is the Bordeaux, and it is inked with Diamine Syrah. And this one is the dark olive, and I have that inked with Birmingham Pen Company Chlorophyll, I believe. So I've got those 4 as well, but I won't write with those, and we'll just leave it as this. So these are the pens and ink pairings that I've got for this month. I'm just going to see. So if you can see that dragonfly twinkle, hopefully you can. Can you see the Troublemaker Butterfly Dream? Hope you can. It's really pretty. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this lineup. I've got quite a bit of variety there, and then I've also got my Twisby Eco rainbow pens. I actually got another one. I got the Irish Green and Onyx one as well. That was also part of my birthday present. So, but I might do that in another video, because some of those I've written dry, and I'm going to ink up with different sort of my rainbow coloured inks, if you will. So that'll be in another video. Now the 2 envelopes I've got for you this month, very much sort of Halloween-y type envelopes. Let's call this one Pumpkin, and this one called, I don't know, what do you want to call that one? They look like eyes. So eyes and pumpkin. So let's do that. Or no, let's just call this one Poison and Pumpkin, because this one's got a little pumpkin on it. So Poison and Pumpkin, they're the 2 code words you need to put in the comment section below. Please make sure it's in a separate comment to your normal one, so then I can see it quickly. And also make sure you're following me over on Instagram, JP Pen and Ink, as well, because that is how I will contact you to sort of get your name and address details to send this to you. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed, everyone who comments, everyone who watches. It is greatly appreciated. It really is. It's what helps me come back on and do more content and more videos for you. I don't have anyone that lives close to me that is into fountain pens, even though my husband and my 2 sons use them. They're not really into the whole thing. Like, they're happy with 1 or 2 pens and that's it. Whereas me, it's all about the inks and the colours and the different nibs and how they write, and picking up a different one each day to write with and journal with. And so I have well and truly fallen down the rabbit hole. They haven't, and I don't think they ever will. So the whole reason I started this channel was so I could ramble on about these things without boring them to tears, and hoping that someone else out there wanted to watch the videos and enjoyed them. So thank you to everyone who does check in and watch regularly. I also have an affiliate code with Atlas Stationers. If any of you shop with them and would like to use that, I'll put that code in the description box below as well. It's just my name, Jayne with a Y, so it's JAYNE 10. And that will get you 10% off your order with them as well. So that is all from me today. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a mixed up video. Still not, I think, feeling back to my happy self, if that makes sense. And there's just a few reasons for that. There's mixed feelings over a few things that have been happening. So, but thank you for being here, and I will see you back here next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.